Welcome to the Titanic. We are sinking faster than the Washington football team's hopes for this season. Lots of things going on, guys, so we're going to try our best. We're piecing together little pieces that work here, don't work there, and trying at least to have a reasonable live stream. So a couple of things. One, obviously, you're almost certainly not watching this on waltonsinc.com/live because we're having system issues with waltonsinc.com. You can go to meetgistics.waltonsinc.com/live, and we are up and looking. You're on waltonsinc.com/live?
And
okay.
Why it's working, I have no idea.
Well, because that's the video was put in earlier. That's through Rumble. The video was put in before we started having these issues. Then something went wrong in the chat, and we can't switch it to the restream chat. What are you thinking?
So this giveaway entry.
That's what they're going to have to do.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I'll have to change what's on Meetgistics because they're two different ones right now.
Oh, you have it really? I kind of like this though. The chat's nice and big on Meetgistics.
Oh, yeah.
It's way bigger than it is on my laptop, and my eyes are going bad. So go to meetgistics.waltonsinc.com/live, or you can go to waltonsinc.com/live. There's a giveaway over there. Also, I don't see any giveaway on the Meetgistics live stream.
That's where it's supposed to be.
So it's just this little
I don't know why you
button.
Refresh your page.
He can't be bothered with you to refresh your page, John. Come on. So what's everybody got to look forward to today? What all are we going to dive into?
Okay, so that will work. You can go to Walton's Inc. or Meetgistics, click on the live stream up top, scroll down, and there will either be a link to the giveaway or the giveaway. I'm wondering if mine's because I wasn't signed in. I don't care, Facebook. So, what are we going to do today? We're going to draw a winner for last month's giveaway. We're going to talk about what this month's giveaway is, talk about upcoming sales, because that is a big part of this month. This month is our biggest sales month. We have, obviously, the regular sales that go on all month. Then we also have our pre-Thanksgiving sale. That starts the week before Thanksgiving, ends that Friday. Make sure that whatever you order, you're going to get in time for Thanksgiving. Then the next Monday starts our Thanks Black Monday sale. That starts that Monday. It is in 3 phases. First phase goes from that Monday to Cyber Monday. Second phase starts on Black Friday and goes to Cyber Monday. And the third phase is Cyber Monday only. We will have a live stream during that time, hopefully much smoother than this because I don't know that I can take another one of these. But on that last live stream, we usually do a couple of things that we normally don't do too much of, like larger coupons, sometimes upwards of the 20%, but they usually be just a couple of people. So we don't have a couple of uses, like say 3 or 4 uses. We also have some what we call flash sales, which is where we take a product and just take a really big chunk out of it and say the next 5 people who order, this, get it at this amount off. So it says I'm logged in, but it still doesn't want to show me the options. Oh, send a recovery code. So much fun. What are we looking at over there, Austin? You're still trying to fix things on waltonsinc.com?
I think things might be coming back enough that we're going to get it fixed.
We're going to be okay? We're going to survive. Let me get this recovery code, and then I'll start diving into the chat because I saw a bunch of people on there. Yeah. That is an impossible recovery code. Why wouldn't they give me something simple?
Press and hold and copy it.
And can I shove the phone?
There are actually ways to do that, but since that's not your normal computer, so you're stuck.
Just before we went live, my laptop bricked. So, and it's saying I don't know how to type. Okay. Oh, I did leave out $5. That's on me. All right. So over at Meatgistics, we do have the November weekly live stream. For whatever reason, I left the word weekly in there because I'm an idiot. But go there. We're going to draw winners for some jerky, some seasoning, and a couple other things. Probably a couple other things for an apology for being 10 minutes late and kind of not knowing which way's up at the moment. All right. There is one couple of things I want to grab. If we had had time, I actually have pork and chicken tenders in there for you. I was going to cook up chicken tenders so we could see your reaction to these new Excalibur seasonings. But let me grab them. They're right back there.
Okay. I'm going to go jump into chat here and see what we got. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of people already talking here. This is awesome. So thanks, guys, for being here, even though we're on the big struggle bus today. But
I was gonna ask everyone what they went as for Halloween, but I could tell you and John went as like Schwarzenegger and DeVito,
An old married couple.
from Twins.
one of the comments is we need a new IT man, which that'd be fine since that's not me anymore. So let you guys.
No, the guy that said that, we need a new commentator. How do you even say that?
No.
Okay, cool. I do. So I've got my laptop back. We're slowly getting things under control. I feel like it's Rocky IV. We've survived the first round and a half. Possibly getting ready to start our counterpunch. All right.
Someone already made a we're twinning comment.
I mean, this thing's super comfortable.
It is.
Anytime I'm even a little bit. So what these are Pheasants Forever gave us. I don't know who makes them. Oh, they actually have their label on it. So it's just a polyester.
This is a perfect thumbnail, by the way. I'm checking his back.
What would you just like ribbed, heavy shirt, great for under, like a outerwear jacket. So if it's a cold and wet day out, this would go underneath. Does a great job keeping me warm, super comfy, and helps kind of hide the middle.
It honestly is slimming.
Nice and loose in the middle, but like kind of tight on the shoulders.
This is the first day I've worn mine because it hasn't been cold enough yet. Yeah. And I put it on. I'm like, I look like I lost a couple pounds. This is awesome. But I've gotten several comments today. People going, "That's a nice jacket." So
it is pretty great.
Pretty nice.
Did you guys bring enough for the rest of the class?
I actually have two. Do you have one or two?
Just one.
Okay. I don't know how I ended up with two.
They gave us 3? Why would they have given us 3? I don't know.
I don't know.
There wasn't enough of us.
I'm sure it was mine, and you just didn't give it to me.
Now, if you were willing to like come out to places and do things, you might occasionally get some
that goes against my religion.
Exactly. So you don't get anything. All right. And I think I'm happier with how it looks on Meatgistics than on waltonsinc.com/live.
I have thoroughly confused myself because I was trying to get Meatgistics and Waltons to both have the same entry.
Yeah.
And
you can't.
I don't know that they do. And I don't think.
No, you can't because we can't update waltonsinc.com/live right now. If we could, then the chat would be there.
Yeah.
Which it is.
Yeah. So I got that going.
Now everything's the same. It's the same on Waltons. Yep, they're the same. So hit refresh, whether you're entering on waltonsinc.com/live or meatgistics.waltonsinc.com/live, they both go to the same place. All right. Thank you, Cameron, if you're watching, for figuring out whatever you figured out there.
I don't know which one people are entering on now, though. I'll figure it out.
As long as they hit refresh, they should be good. Because both of them say Walton's November weekly live stream, because November's just a week. Okay. Walton's November weekly live stream. All right, speaking of that, first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the winner of last month's giveaway. Last month's giveaway was sort of a choose your own. The winner can either get the Walton's 22 meat grinder. I lost the word for meat grinder. I had no idea. I was staring at it, and I'm like, that thingy? Or they can get a 7-pound single-speed sausage stuffer, a Walton's 20-pound meat mixer, and there was another item which I can't remember at the moment. Oh, the kitchen grinder. Wow. Off to a banner start today, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're going to draw that right now. And this is one that you don't have to be here for. Anyone who entered in last month's competition can win. And then a couple other things. We are going to have Pass It On Outdoor Mentors here on Thursday. Probably won't do much. They just want to come in and draw their winner for the Waltons Ultimate Butcher Package because they, one, obviously we donated the package. Two, they were selling a good amount of tickets, and then we sent out an email and did some social media posts, and their sales went through the roof. You guys really stepped up, helped them out. The Meatgistics community bought a bunch of tickets, so that's appreciated. That is a great cause. So we'll do that here live, but it'll be on their social media, probably their Facebook, I think is how they do those things. All right, winner is from Osseo, Minnesota, and it is Nick Brinkhoff. So Nick, if you're here, great. If you're not here, don't have to be here to win this one. Yes, Claude. Yes. So I don't know. I thought I addressed this already, but I had such a small issue, like almost none, with not drinking energy drinks that I figured I could stop anytime I want. I don't have a problem. I can go back to drinking them. So that's just what I did. I definitely needed this one today. Okay, so let's talk about some new Excalibur seasonings. The first one, and these all should be set up on waltonsinc.com right now. First one I want to talk about, and I want to get your reaction to the smell more than anything else. So smell it. I'm not showing you what it is.
Very sweet smelling.
Okay. Think of a specific type of ice cream.
I have no idea.
No, it smells exactly like blackberry ice cream. And
Okay,
it's,
yeah.
Blackberry pepper rub.
That's interesting.
And very interesting. Here's the problem. I don't know what to do with it.
When in doubt, chicken.
Well, I did some chicken we did all of these on chicken earlier today, and I was going to do some on chicken and pork for you, but too much craziness. Pat Graphics put in some of his coffee and said it was great in there.
What?
I think he might have slipped over the edge at some point when I wasn't looking this morning, but
That's just
it's
so different.
really interesting. So what we were thinking, Patrick and I were talking about doing almost like a breakfast sausage waffle type thing, because that would be great on a waffle with some butter and just a little bit of syrup and coat it with that. So if we throw in a little bit of breakfast sausage into like the mix, the batter, could be really good.
So I've seen a number of videos of people lately doing jalapeno poppers. Basically, they have different names for them, but everybody's like, "Oh, put on your favorite rub, favorite this and that." Jalapenos, cream cheese, strip of bacon on it, coat it with that.
For sure.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, you're
'Cause
right.
You get some cream cheese in there. It'd be salty, but like still sweet and dessert flavoring at the same time. That's gonna be probably the first thing I do with that is something with cream cheese.
So I'm also want to put some on some just vanilla ice cream, and then I also want to get a big roast of some sort. I'd really like a deer something, and just coat the outside of that like crazy with this, and just slow cook it. I think that could be really good.
Yeah.
But so that's the blackberry pepper rub from Excalibur. Next, probably I think I'm going to do this in order of how much we liked them. Patrick, chime in back there if I get one wrong. Then next, it was close between these two, but Sweet Havana Rub. This, smell that.
I'm horrible at picking out like the smell of a flavor. It smells really good.
What does it make you think of though?
Seasoning?
Oh my God! We should have had your brother.
Yeah,
in
this is Dylan's forte, not
here.
mine.
Definitely would be Dylan's forte.
I'm much better at like tasting when it's like on something and like eating it, but just smelling, my smell is so screwed up.
Not so good. So the number one thing, definitely pick up a lot of cumin in there. Havana, you think of Havana, you either think of like a communist heck hole or just like a bustling city with like tons of life. There's so much going on in that. We said it had obviously cumin, really strong aromatics. Like you smell it as soon as you open it. It's got good notes of citruses and
Orange juice powder.
yes, but it's got some Scotch bonnet peppers in there. So it's got a little bit of a kick. It's not overpowering, but it's definitely there.
So when I poured some out, I actually had like a pile. Putting that in tasted really good, and now it's just continually
hurting?
building heat.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't hurt, but it's hot.
Okay.
It's definitely hot.
Patrick, was I right? That was our number 2?
Yeah, either 2 or 3. That one's very similar to one you got coming up, I think.
Okay.
So it was hard to.
And then we
differentiate.
have the Firecracker Rub. Too much of a sniff of that one. So Firecracker Rub, interesting name. I don't know exactly what they were going for.
See, I thought this one had some heat.
A little bit, but not like
But it might
ton.
have just been, it was the last one we tried, so you don't know if it was just left over from one of
Build
the
up
other
from
ones.
everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I always worry about that. So dehydrated garlic and onion, sweet cream buttermilk. That's a good one in there. But other than that, it's very like a non-over-the-top seasonings. Like it doesn't have ghost peppers or anything like that, but it's got a really good flavor. And I think on a almost like a stir-fry chicken would be awesome. In fact, I might do a stir-fried pork with that.
So I'm going to take a guess that when they came out with this one, they used part of one of their other seasonings that they used to have and then tweaked it from there because there's some different flavors
What
to
was
it, but it definitely has a hint of their old hot buffalo wing shake,
Okay, yeah,
which is
that's fair.
amazing because I was
That's
really
fair.
mad when that was discontinued. But I don't know. I can't pick out exactly what in there is exactly the same. I mean, the heat, obviously there's heat to it, but
But
just-
not. I mean, there's heat, but it's not
like to me, it's the
overpowering.
flavor of the salt.
Mm-hmm.
Like the saltiness part is a different type of salt.
And when you say the hot buffaloing, that makes sense because there's like a Frank's heat to that, like a Frank's Red Hot. Do we all agree that Frank's Red Hot is the best hot sauce?
No,
What do you think is?
Cholula.
No, Frank's is better than Cholula.
Well, Frank's
No.
Red Hot is a buffalo sauce, right? Or is there?
They have two different
ones.
So there's
Okay.
a Frank's Red Hot and there's Frank's Red Hot Buffalo. Frank's is the best.
I do want to get this out there. All those seasonings you guys are using, minus the last one, the firecracker one, I think they'd all go good with, like if you're using recipes that incorporate fruit with your protein, kind of like pork loin and peaches we did recently, because they have that nice base, nice and salty, but then the sweetness can come through.
That's absolutely fair. All right. I don't know what has happened, but now I'm confused as well. I think I see why you were confused on not knowing which one people are entering on. Here's what happened. I asked John to create the monthly one, and he created another live stream one.
Okay. So I literally keep making changes and keep looking for the changes and I'm not seeing them. So I just put 2021 as the first thing on the description.
Okay.
So I'm going to refresh here and see what.
So everybody refresh and make
What
sure you're
shows up?
entered, and then keep entering.
Okay. So, yep, 2021.
Okay.
That showed up. So if everyone is entering the giveaway, make sure you refresh. If you're on Meatgistics or waltonsinc.com/live, make sure you're on the right giveaway entry there. But now I know which
And I'm
one we're
going to
on and which
delete the
one I'm
one that
pulling
does
from.
not start with 2021. Watch neither of them start with 2021. Yes. Okay, they do. All right, deleting this one. Okay, I can't delete it, but I'm going to inactivate it at least. All right, and let's draw a winner as sorry for not being smart.
Austin's sinus issues are finally going to clear. No, my sinuses, I was worried I was going to be like unable to talk during today's live stream. My son keeps getting sick, and when he gets sick, it's just a matter of time till he passes it on. This morning I woke up and was just like death.
No.
I was like, oh no. My nose was so clogged up, so much drainage. But as the day's gone on, I've actually cleared up a bit.
You sound
but-
fine now. All right, so I'm drawing a winner. This person can have any piece of Waltons branded
Apparel, yeah.
clothing that they want.
Anything except a blue hat.
And I will grab a copy of this new BHA and Waltons T-shirt that we have. So this is somebody who's won before, Butch Green. Butch, let us know you're here. So Butch, you can have a Waltons hat and a bag of jerky, a Walton shirt and a bag of jerky, the hoodie, whatever you want. But are you good for a couple minutes? I'm going to go run and grab the new BHA thing.
Yeah.
Okay, be right back. When I say run, that's an exaggeration too.
Faster. So people asking if we emailed a reminder for today's live stream, and we did. If you didn't get a copy of it, check your junk email. Sometimes things can go in there. If not, we can get you signed up and get you on our email list. We try not to send out too many emails. Most of the time, we just try to do it on events like this, monthly sales. We know you guys get a ton of emails, so we don't want to clog up your guys' inboxes. And yes, Ryan, Team Blue is ahead. But the thing there is that the competition is always ongoing. So Team Orange has a chance to come back still. Sinister MD's asking if we sell, or since we say we sell everything but the meat, do you ever plan to sell meat?
Well, then what's our catchphrase going to be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Everything, including the meat.
Yeah. If we did, because we technically we have before out of our retail store here for local customers, what we did for a while was we would buy snack sticks and jerky from some of our commercial customers that we could guarantee was a shelf stable product. We would keep those on our store floor and at the checkout, and people would buy them, and we sold a fair amount just to people just walking in and buying stuff. We thought about doing that more, but it creates a few conflicts of interest for us that we don't really want to have to work ourselves through. So we might someday. John and I will have to sit down and do some further discussing, because we actually have something out there now that we could do and use, but for us to do that, it would require more time than we have right now. But someday I would say that I bet we do start selling some meat products.
I would almost guarantee it.
It's just a matter of when, and it probably won't be directly Waltons.
Correct.
It'll be from us, still completely us, but on the front side, the customer facing bit, it won't necessarily be Waltons.
Yeah. It's cruel of us to deprive you from the ability to try some of the amazing meat snacks that I make. No, I'm just kidding. It wouldn't be mine. So this is the new Waltons and Backcountry Hunters and Anglers shirt. The front, just the regular Waltons logo. On the back, we've got a modified. Is that good, Patrick? Am I like somewhat centered? Okay. Yeah. A somewhat modified picture of the John Brown mural that hangs in the Kansas State building. Not hangs, I guess. It's on the wall. It's painted there.
Like the Capitol building?
The Capitol building. Did I say State building?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We replaced whatever was in his left hand with the fishing pole, and it's got the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers of Kansas logo down below. So any of these shirts you buy, portion of the proceeds do go back to BHA. More than anything else, I think, than the money, it's the recognition for them that'll be worth it. So that's available for anyone who wins something, would rather have that instead of some jerky today.
Hey, Butch is here.
Cool.
Are we going to email him or something?
Yeah, we'll email you tomorrow. Butch, it's any shirt, or you want a bag of jerky, 100% for sure, and then you can have a shirt, a hoodie, a hat, or a bag of sausage, jerky, whatever seasoning. If you don't do a lot of meat processing like jerky and you don't want a shirt, take a look through Excalibur shakers and pick out like 3 of those.
John Belvedere is asking, is that part of my 5-year plan, like we talked about in the last podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, if you guys don't listen to our podcast, look up Meatgistics on any platform that you can listen to podcasts, and you'll find us. John and I think we're really entertaining.
It depends on how we're feeling that day.
But no, it's a good podcast. But yeah, we talked about kind of what might be coming out in the longer term future.
Yep.
And I don't know. I would say the whole selling meat thing, that could definitely happen in the next 5 years. I'd almost be surprised if we didn't do it, but I don't know. It's one of those things. It'll happen when it happens.
Yep.
So,
subscribe to our podcast is an entry worth 2 points on these live streams.
So where do they go exactly to subscribe to emails? That is,
Subscribe to emails.
like our newsletter emails and stuff.
Just scroll down on the bottom of all the pages. There's an email sign up. They haven't fixed that
does
yet.
it work again?
Haven't fixed that yet.
I didn't want to ask it. Okay.
But you did.
Well, hell, I'm just
But
gonna lie.
you
I'm
did.
gonna lie to everyone and say, hey, yeah, just go down.
So
there and sign up for
normally-
an email.
Place an order.
Scroll down. Right, that'll do it. But normally if you scroll down, there's a little section there, but the enter button is not there. The company we work with is aware of that. They just haven't gotten it. That's pretty low on the priority list.
We'll take the blame for it, but yeah, it's someone else we're waiting on. Guys.
Yes. So the next one is the Aloha Rub. You can taste some of that in your hand if you want. What I really liked about that one, and I found somewhat surprising, Thai chili powder. I don't think of Thai chili powder when I think of Hawaiian. Now, it also has some coconut, some mango. It's got a lot going on in there. I like Thai chili powder, so I like that one. I do think chicken isn't going to be what it works best on. I think pork or like a white fish, maybe some mahi-mahi would work really well with it. But very, very nice. Then we've got the Caribbean or Caribbean. I don't care. I will say it both ways till I die. Jerk. Very good. Just traditional Caribbean jerk seasoning. As soon as I tasted it, I'm like, oh, that's like all the food I had down in Jamaica. Pretty much all is in some way flavored like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. And then a bourbon pepper rub. Now,
I'm not even going to try that
I
unless
know.
you can tell me it doesn't taste.
I can't tell you that. I cannot tell you that it doesn't taste like bourbon. So it's got
I'll still try it.
natural whiskey type flavor is what it's actually comes out as. It mellows on chicken. It mellows. It's not quite as in your face with that. Austin and I have long been very upfront about the fact that we're just not manly enough to truly enjoy whiskey. Now, I've gotten a chance to try some really good ones. So those actually I do very much enjoy. But like a Jack Daniels or something like that, yeah, I'll mostly pass. Thanks. All right. I'm going to start catching up through chat while you entertain the people.
Hey, Butch, what size hoodie do you want?
We have, so Gabe asked a question about our most popular seasonings list. We have not published anything there yet. That's another thing that we talked about on the podcast.
What is it?
Our most popular seasonings list.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know when we'll do that, but I would say we can do that sometime in the next couple weeks here. It probably just is going to take some time for John and I to go through and audit the list to make sure it's things we can put out there, because there's some things that we can't. There will be some custom blends and stuff like that that'll be on the list that we have to take out, but it shouldn't take too long. We can find somewhere to put that.
I don't know if you talked to Daniel Wyman about, he says, quick question for you guys. Is there such a thing as too much time to, like in a marinade or seasoning, to meat using Excalibur Seasonings with the Sure Cure? If we're just talking about straight Sure Cure, it is eventually going to lose its potency. But I have to assume are you talking about like doing a bacon or a ham, or are you just talking about like regular hunk of meat that you want to cure? Either way, if you're doing something like that's a whole muscle and you're wanting to cure it, the smarter thing to do is to use like an actual cure, like a ham or bacon cure, and either do a dry rub or a brine on it. If you're talking about taking something like this black pepper marinade and just like figuring out how much shear cure to add in there, I would. This is not official at all, but I would say absolute max 48 hours. As soon as the shear cure starts interacting with certain minerals and impurities, it's going to start breaking down from nitrite into nitric oxide, and that's what actually gives the shear cure its curing power. But it is a shorter term curing power. It's not really 2 days. It's going to continue to cure longer than that, but that's what we always say, at absolute outside limit. Brian wants to congratulate you on your bravery. Says it always scares me when someone hands me something and says, "Smell that."
Oh, yeah, because on some of the seasonings, you never know. Is it going to be like the butter flavored seasoning, marinade and pump, like that? You get the tiniest little whiff, and you will sneeze for 10 minutes.
It's not the worst one,
and it's not because it's spicy or anything either. Some of the spicy stuff can do that, but sometimes just whatever is in there just lights your nose up.
I think it's partly about particle size.
Yeah.
The dragon's breath, unbelievable. Patrick and I mean, I was coughing so much I almost threw up. It was ridiculous. It just gets right up in the air, gets into your nose, and then it's game over for a couple of minutes. You can't do anything. Yeah. But also, I don't know that we need to be impressed with you for the bravery. Really, it's me making you have that level of trust in me. So really, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Looking for a new seasoning for turkey this year. I've got it. It is Pa's Black Bull. I started putting it on turkey last year.
He means 100 years ago he started doing this.
No,
He
2 years ago
loves
maybe?
it, yeah.
2 years ago at most. But not on turkey, I wasn't doing it. We usually do a bunch of turkeys, though I honestly don't think we're going to get to one this year. Great. I can't get Walton.
Show what goes wrong when you deep fry a turkey. And what not to do. That sounds like a fun
That would be
video.
fun.
Yeah, don't put it in frozen.
Well, we have to show that, though.
But it's got a really... Well, do we know any firemen? I mean, I do, actually.
We have a really large parking lot. If we did something in the middle of and something bad happened, man, no big deal. Just tell everybody park on the east side or the west side, one side or the other one day.
Boy.
All right,
I don't know why I'm encouraging this.
Yeah,
I should not be.
So Pa's Black Bull, there's two of them. There's the soluble, which is this one, and then there is the regular. Both of them do a great job imparting more of like an umami flavor. So it does make your poultry of any kind really have a nice umami style flavor. Now, it's not going to make it taste exactly like beef or pork, but it is really nice. And it's interesting. It's not something that a lot of other people are doing. If you were looking for something even odder than that, we did a dessert turkey one year here where we took the apple cinnamon something pump, and then we rubbed the outside with the cinnamon toast shake, and that was really, really good. I think that was my favorite turkey of the year. Actually, you can just look at how good that picture came out and tell how good that was. So I'm going to post the link to the recipe for that.
And I agree with Ryan on some of this as well. He said the best thing for turkey is Walton's Turkey Cure and the rosemary basil thyme rub.
That is very good too.
That is what I've used for the last like 3 or 4 years,
yeah.
and it's a huge hit.
If you're looking for more of like a traditional,
yeah,
that is the way to go. Yeah, really,
we should try.
Anything to say there.
We should try to do a Cajun style. You know, if we end up doing one this year, that is. Always really popular around my neighborhood. People always love going to Popeyes, getting their turkey for Thanksgiving. So.
So somebody in here was asking about our electric stuffers and whether the motors are going to work on certain stuffers, only the one that it comes on, or the 11-pound we have currently. And the stuffers, I don't know if we completely determined this. Are we gonna have them as like a separate line?
Oh, they're going to have to be a separate
Okay.
line, yeah,
But
of some sign. They're from different.
different
Yeah, we're
manufacturers.
sourcing them from different parts.
The motor won't fit on the current line of sausage stuffers that we have, and then on top of it, you have to have some sort of electrical hookup into it. I don't know what type of plug it is. It's weird.
Yeah.
But you have to plug something in because the motor has to have a sensor on the shaft going up and down to know when to start, when to stop, and some safety features there. So it won't be compatible with old stuffers.
There's no way to make it happen. Now, the person that we brought in to do new products has already gotten way further down the road than I ever did with my swivel
Ratcheting
handle thing. So that looks like it's a very real possibility, and that will be back compatible to all previous models. So that's something. But no, yeah, we had to go to a different manufacturer. It's a different setup up top. Ours, the top gear is for reverse, and the bottom is for stuffing. This is reversed from that. Then, yeah, like Austin talked about, I don't know if you can see it up top, but there's a hole coming front to back on this, and it's just an optical sensor. And once that connection is made, because it shines a light from one side, if the other side receives it, it just shuts off and reverses. On the bottom, they go from side to side, so it won't work. Did somebody turn the heat on?
Yeah.
Like, I feel...
The heat is definitely
Yeah,
on.
Patrick, can you go next door and turn that off? Thank you. Yeah, this is terrible. I kept looking back here because I thought maybe the oven, you know how if you barely bump into that, it will turn the stovetop on?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's what had happened.
You have to close the vents up there.
Oh, yeah, we haven't had to deal with that for a while yet. It's been about a year.
I had to close mine like last week. I think we first turned the heater on. I was sitting in my office and had like 3 meetings back to back to back in the morning, just not with anybody else, just like teleconference things. And I'm sitting there like sweating.
Yeah.
And finally I'm like, dang it, someone turned the freaking heater on this morning. It gets so hot in there. It was probably 90 degrees in there.
So Michael says, did you email reminders for today's live stream? Yep. So we sent out one earlier. We were having problems with waltonsinc.com/sales. They didn't want to update with the sales price, so we held off on emailing that until like, I think around noon or something, like maybe 1. And then we sent out a 15-minute one that started going out, and we canceled it, and then sent out another one with links to the Meatgistics one. It's been an interesting day, for sure. Okay.
I'm going to pick a winner for something just
Go
because
ahead.
I can.
Yep. Blue rules, yes. I agree, Daniel.
Okay, before I draw, actually, I'll just make this a leather apron, and I'll figure out something else creative to do later.
No
do my normal.
choices to people.
Yeah. So you got to be here for it. Clicking draw. Caleb Wells. Caleb, if you are here, let us know in the comments. You got 5 minutes, and you will win a leather apron.
Claude is saying that he recently bought a Meatgistics t-shirt and they run big. I don't know that I agree with that. I'm a large in those, and well, maybe I shouldn't be a large. Maybe I should be an extra large. So that is possible. Mango habanero, yep. Yeah, we also found out on our podcast that mango habanero, the bratwurst seasoning, outsells barbecue habanero snack stick seasoning, which I was shocked at. Absolutely shocked. Oop, that just jumped on me. I was getting caught up in chats, and all of a sudden it bounced all the way to the end of the page.
Mine does that every now and then. I hate that.
24 to 48 hours, yep. That's a good time frame for the how long to leave it in with cure. Awesome turkey, no frozen.
Random thought, since we're having issues with things today, And one of our backup plans was to post the YouTube link to just like a topic in Meatgistics. Maybe we should go back to trying to figure out how to have our live stream section there,
Just
so
there.
our chat can
Well,
be
no.
all through Meatgistics.
I said it in the chat earlier. I'm like, we might let you see a new section of Meatgistics that we've kept hidden until now, and that would be that. Because I mean, long term, the goal was just to do this all there. But I've thought of a big problem with that, and it's where does the giveaway live? I don't think we ever considered that.
The giveaway, why it could just like the first post would be the video, the second post would be the giveaway. Would that not work? Or put them both in the same first post?
Yeah. Oh, maybe they could be in the same post, but then it's
be
going to
able to.
make the video really small or smaller, and I'm
Yeah.
sure they want to see as much of us as possible. Jim Smolla says, since COVID, most of my shirts are running small. I agree. I've definitely put on more than a few pounds.
I don't even want. Yeah, I'm definitely a lot heavier than I used to be. But yeah, it basically started with COVID. Okay, around the time of COVID, it maybe wasn't because of COVID, but
COVID started in 2017?
just you check. No, I haven't been fat that long.
Fair enough. All right, Caleb's here. That's interesting. What? Doesn't matter. I was going to say his Caleb started with a C, I thought.
Yeah, whatever. Either way, close
Are you
enough.
kidding me? Now Gleam is giving me captures. Am I not smart enough to figure out what a bus is? They made me do two. And it's gleam.io.
Weird.
There was something I think I started a OneNote on this because I had something I wanted to talk about. Where are you? Sorry, as usual, I've taken too big of it. Can coolers. Did I put it back? Yep, I must have put it back. So, right now at waltonsinc.com, if you have an order over $30, you can add a can cooler, so like a koozie, to your cart, and the price will automatically come off. So free can coolers.
When is that?
No,
No. Like all month or like?
at least this week, maybe next week too.
Okay. Kind of a while supplies last type of thing.
But they say Walton's on one side, Meatgistics on the other. You don't need a coupon for them, so you can just get one. They're free. Corey doubts your humanity.
Why my
He
humanity?
says he doubted your humanity, and I agree.
I don't know what I would be if I'm not human.
Robot, most likely. Did you know that when you have to verify a login using CAPTCHA, it's actually performing huge crowdsourcing? So they don't, that's yes and no. That's what it used to be. They were trying to teach AI things, but it's moved on since then, apparently. I say that like I know this. I have heard that it used to do that, but now it's on to something else. Can't remember what it is, but it is something else.
Somebody's asking about a coupon code, so unless you've got one set up, I'll go set
No, go
something
ahead.
up.
And I will draw a winner for jerky and seasoning. Jerky and seasoning. While that's happening, so we do a lot with Pheasants Forever. One of the things we did this year is went up to Minnesota, shot some things with them, with a really talented chef, this guy, Mark Whipfley. And those are going to start coming out on the Pheasants Forever website starting here in the next couple of weeks. First one is part of their Path to the Uplands, which is like their more ambitious ones, we did a really, really good pheasant. So when we get it, we'll post it to our social medias. We'll do something on Meatgistics for it. But winner of Jerky and Seasoning is Mark Sabo. Mark, congratulations. Let us know you're here. Oh, Claude put his house on the market. Moving to Wichita? Seems like the move.
There's already too many Tremblays here, so
There's only 2.
that's too many.
Too many. Mike, the breakfast sausage caffeine experiment was completed on Thursday during our weekly Meatgistics live stream. You could go back and watch it, but I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing just to learn not to do that. They were, like, when I just tapped my finger into the powder and tried it, it was okay. It tastes a little bit medicine-y, but somehow, like, the pork fat helped coat your mouth with that, and it made that, like, stronger, and you couldn't get rid of it. So it's absolutely a no. Our energy sausage, huge failure. Huge failure. Someone previously asked about the seasoning lined casings. Did you answer already? I missed it. Nope, didn't see that one already. We do have some seasoning lined casings coming in. We have a black pepper and garlic, Diablo, red pepper, and I think a gyro, however you want to say it. Right, those are the 5, I believe. And we're selling them in packages of 4. I think so. I think we're selling them in
4, 5.
3 or 4.
I don't remember what we landed on.
They work really, really well. The number one thing you have to be careful with them is as you're loading the casing onto the tube.
This might be a record for the amount of times
Normally-
John left his chair this episode.
What's that? Something about me leaving my chair?
I said it's a record amount of times you've left your chair this episode.
So normally when you're doing summer sausage or something of that size, you're going to be using the largest tube. When you're putting it on, you want to make sure you don't scrape the seasoning off with the sides. So just be real careful when it goes on. And then make sure it either gets proper amount of time in an ice bath or spray down cycle, something. But once you get that, it releases really nice and evenly and leaves a perfect, beautiful coating all along the outside. So definitely worth it.
We got someone asking about trimming casings.
Trimming
Says,
casings?
Can your tube casings be cut for smaller batches?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely. Just leave it on the tube. So, like, try and figure out how much you want and cut the whole tube. That's
Try
the
to,
easiest
like,
way to do it.
Pull it so it's not like accordion together.
Right.
So you
Like
don't
get down to
yeah.
the tube and then
Yeah.
cut that. I've done that before for small batches.
So if everybody wants a coupon code LIVE1121, it's going to get you 10% off and free shipping till Friday at 11:30 p.m. And that is in the chat now.
I want to get moving to find this other. Someone asked what the best container to brine a whole ham is. So I would say this. This one obviously has wood chips in it, so not this one. But this with the 5-gallon Stark bucket liners. Do we still have those?
Yeah.
Okay. Really makes it nice and easy, keeps cleanup to a minimal. And the nice thing about putting a bucket liner inside of this is you're going to have to use less brine because obviously while it'll be close, it won't quite go all the way, sucked up against the edge as long as you do a good job getting it a nice tight tie on the top.
Is the coupon code stackable?
No, sorry. Most of our coupon codes are not stackable. Only in certain circumstances can they actually be used together.
So Claude says they're just downsizing. My investment home should return about 27%. Awesome. That's a lot of meat processing stuff you could buy. I assume that's what you did it for, at least. All right. I think mostly caught up. So if anyone has a questions out there that we didn't get to, please let us know. Okay. I love how like happy people get about these live streams coming up. Posts on it. Well, it's Claude, so it is my brother. He should be excited about that. All right, so for some other new-ish things we have coming in, this is the Claude portion of the show. He did a meat hack where he took his stress therapy. They're more like eggs than anything else, but they're like the resistance balls that you like to build up grip strength. And he put those down in his stuffer at the very end to help push out as much as the meat as possible through the tube and the little entry to the tube. We bought some and tried them. They worked incredibly well. I was making some large diameter, and I actually had to go into the sausage and push one of the balls back out because it had gone all the way through it. But we contacted a company, and we liked it so much, we're going to carry them. So I believe we've got it where they're all going to be the same resistance or like rigidity. So we went with like the softest ones to make them best at pushing the meat through. But hopefully now in the end, the only thing you'll have left of a snack stick is what's actually that little bit in the tube. Everything from the canister should come out, which is a little bit sad because I like making patties out of it.
What color is it going to be?
I believe it's orange.
Ooh.
But that's just a kind of a lucky accident. Yeah. The orange was the most.
Oh, perfect. Oh. You should be like, oh, you know what? We really need it this color, and then just undercut them.
Not a bad idea.
So I'm assuming we don't have the lined casings online yet.
They're not here yet.
Okay. So when they do come in, I'm going to guess they're either going to be under casings and specialty casings, or we might create another section for lined casings.
Lined casings probably needs to be its own section.
But right now, they're not online yet, but they will be soon. If they're not here yet, they ought to be here fairly soon. Usually stuff casings related doesn't take very long. So I would imagine we'd be seeing those within the week here.
What's the material? What's the word for it?
Textile.
Textile. Nope.
Suction feet.
That's not on me. That's
I know
you deal with that one.
No, I'm gonna pawn that off on my dad.
No, that's who it's been on for.
Yeah, I know.
It's always been his thing.
Yeah. Do you know?
Supposedly they're. Oh,
okay.
We've gotten a shipment of them since they said next.
We just got a shipment in a week ago.
Yep. Nope. They didn't make it.
Great.
There's 1,000 of them on purchase orders, but those did not make it in. So
there's actually
I'm not
4,000.
What?
Because they're packs of 4.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't push your dad for things.
I'll push him a little bit more, make sure that's here.
That seems more reasonable to me. Yeah, Corey, so the November giveaway link will be up later today. You know what amazes me now, though? We used to sometimes not get the sales and giveaway like done and ready for the next month until like the 5th. Now, if it's like 12 hours after, people are like, hey, where is it? It's like, oh,
yeah,
we've overtrained you. But we'll get that up. But those are the ones that are good for all month long. Don't have to be here to win. So, yeah, Claude, I don't think they're anywhere near on the boat yet. I think this is like they're never actually coming.
I don't even try to guess anymore. My dad gets so much into it. Like he has his live tracking software up where he watches the boats and where they're at and where they're at in port, and then the UPS import and customs website. And there's a couple different places to go in there and check stuff. And he's just on it all the time, seeing where stuff is, where if it's here, there. And anymore, I'm just like, it's gonna be here eventually. I'm just
when it gets here.
I'm done looking
Nothing
at
we
it
can
all
do
because
about it.
there's nothing we can do anymore. It's gonna be slow.
So Justin Burns has an interesting question. He wants to know for stank sticks. I find that funny. Apparently, I'm the only one who finds stank sticks funny. He meant snack sticks, obviously. Can you use only the Walton snack stick seasoning, or do you also need to use additives for best results? So there's two answers there, and they're like kind of, yes, you can use just the seasoning and the cure that comes with the seasoning. 100%, tons of people have done it throughout years and years and years. However, if you want the best possible seasoning, there are two additives that I always recommend. Number one is a Sure Gel binder. It is a milk-based binder. So if you do have any type of milk allergy, use like soy protein blend. If you're allergic to both of those, there's also carrot fiber, which isn't quite as good for what we're looking for a snack stick, or super bind, which is a combination of potato starch and carrot fiber. But assuming you have no allergies, Sure Gel binder. And then I'm a big fan of using encapsulated citric acid. Encapsulated citric acid does two things. One, it lowers the pH of the meat, which adds the tang, and it makes it so it's able to be smoked right away. You do not have to hold the seasoning overnight to allow the cure time to work. We're working on getting, hopefully, some professors from some colleges that have big meat processing sections to them. One of the questions I really want to dive into is like the actual functionality of that. I went to a cured meat course at Iowa State once, and I was waiting the whole time for him to like get to that point, and he never did. And I ran down and chased one of them down to get a little bit more of an explanation on it. But I got a 2-minute explanation when I wanted a 30-minute. Basically, what he said is, when you're creating an acidic environment, you're preventing any of the bacteria, anything from being able to feed. And because it has to concentrate so much of its energy on preventing that acidic environment from getting into it, it dies off quickly. So, but want to get somebody on here or on the podcast who can give us a much more detailed answer.
Hey, Kevin. He's asking about an item. It is the all-around jerky maker. We don't offer a jerky gun anymore. That was Weston's, but you can attach it to your stuffer.
So actually, we do have a jerky gun in development right now. I was just talking about that last week because I've had, I don't know how many questions I've had about that in the last 2 weeks, just people over and over and over. But we do have something in the works. It is not going to be here before the end of the year. It's going to be a while, but we do have a new jerky gun that'll be out next year.
I'm also going to post a couple of links to snack stick making videos that we have to help. I'm sorry, I forgot the guy's name already who we were answering that question for. We eventually have to go back through all of these how to make videos on Meatgistics and reshoot them in here.
Yeah. I may have to sign up for at least one of those, so I keep getting.
You want to be in?
So I keep getting views on some sort of video that I'm in.
You no longer have the #1 video.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible.
No, that's come on. That's how it should be.
Yeah, it should be. It's just like I like hanging on to that title for as long as I can.
Okay, so there are two links. First one is kind of the basic how-to, and the second one is the Meatgistics University Advanced. That's where we kind of throw not all of, but a good amount of like meat hacky ways of doing it. I do have celery juice powder, smaller than 5-pound quantity. I can't seem to find it on the website. Yes, it is on its way to us. We convinced, well, no, I guess they had it. Excalibur stopped making the small package a while ago, but I guess they've restarted it. It will be enough to do 100 pounds of meat at a time, so you will have to do a little bit of dividing if you want to use smaller amounts. Now, something important to keep in mind is that celery juice powder is not a cure. It has some curative properties, but it is not recognized as a cure.
Yeah.
It's not?
It's not recognized as a cure. at the end of the day, that's where and I don't even know if we got like a professor on that was really in on that whole trend, if they would even be able to truly comment on some things there, because I know Excalibur in the past has been unwilling to take a stance, and to be honest, I think we should stay in that. But it does bother me.
I'm going
on
by
how
what the USDA says. It's not. They say it's not a cure.
They say it's not a cure, but you're still adding stuff in there that is going to act just like a cure.
Sure.
So
Can't label it as cured.
true, you can't label it that way.
So you can have.
But there's
Then you run into you can have bacon that has to say no cures added other than those found in nature or something like that, which makes no sense because bacon is a cured pork belly. That's the definition. So it's this recursive e-logic, or just like it just breaks down.
Oh, I took a picture of something for you the other day because on the podcast we have debated many times about how you or what you call something with like the fake meat that's out there, and whether it's right or wrong to do certain things. So I found fake cheese, and they don't call it cheese. Cheddar style shreds.
That's fair. Yep, that's fair.
Because if you call it cheese, it's the same thing as like Velveeta, where Velveeta is not cheese. Look on it, it says like cheese-like product. But
However, Velveeta is the best mac and cheese.
oh yeah, it just when things are called something and they're not really that, it just really burns me. So I hate the whole fake meat thing, and when they try to call something bacon or try to call it this and that, I hate that because there's so many things that the USDA says you have to label it this way or that way, and then other things come in and just call it whatever they want.
My wife makes a really good like homemade mac and cheese. I feel terrible because a lot of the times I still prefer just the Velveeta.
So jumping back to celery juice powder, we did ask Excalibur to do the smaller packages on that, and they were pretty much just like, no. So the 100-pound units John was talking about, those will be here. Well, I shouldn't say will. Should be here on November 11th.
Okay, it's a couple things. One, Daniel Wyman says your snack stick making videos are excellent. Thank you. We appreciate that. John Belvedere says new Austin videos versus old Austin videos. That would be interesting to just like.
I don't think I can talk that fast
basically
anymore.
Set up a camera in here and let you just go and then put them side by side. The number one comment when we used to do a bunch on like monitoring the YouTube comments, the number one comment I would get would be some variation of why doesn't that little boy talk slower? And then I remember that it was an older woman who found it, and then like she responded later. She goes, "Never mind, I found I could play it at 0.75 speed, and he's understandable." Because man, you just yeah. I don't know.
Here's a good question from Jeff. Will Waltons be coming out with a Braunschweiger seasoning?
Yeah, we have Braunschweig.
We have casings for it. I don't know if we have a specific Braunschweiger seasoning.
Boy, you just got an inside look about how my brain works, because I started saying yes, and then I had to physically recoil. I'm like, I don't see it in my brain.
That is the craziest thing. We have,
So we don't stock them.
I don't know, 12 set up in our system and nothing that we actually stock.
Well, we would never sell enough of it. Oh, speaking of that, horseradish brat is on sale this month. Usually $14.99. It's $12.99. I want some other people to try it to see what they think about it. In my opinion, just my opinion, Excalibur kind of did that seasoning almost a disservice by calling it the horseradish brat. For two things. One, it tastes very similar to the Blue Ribbon brat, which is a very classic bratwurst flavor. It's got a little bit of cloves in it, all sorts of classic brat tastes. Then they added some horseradish powder to it. But they didn't add enough horseradish powder to it to make it like, ooh, super strong horseradish taste. So they should have just either left it how they made it, the formulation, and just called it like zesty brat, or added like twice the amount of horseradish powder, so it's like really horseradishy. So that's my expert advice for them, I guess.
So if we have, where to go? Longanisa, Bavarian Oktoberfest.
Bavarian Oktoberfest is brand new.
Well, yeah, but if we got stuff like that, we should definitely have Braunschweiger.
Plus, the Bavarian Oktoberfest is really good. That's a very good seasoning. I have said it on video a few times. It smells exactly like stinky feet, but it makes a really nice tasting sausage. Need to bring back the glove hand models back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the thing up there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes. I'm glad people pay attention to that.
Yeah, I can't believe
Upcoming-
people remember those
Upcoming,
things.
there will be something. I get weird packages from Amazon that I don't order to just show up, and something they got me I've been hiding around the building with a little note underneath it saying return to John, and so it'll make an appearance up there at some point.
Wait, you have been hiding it?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had it returned to you? Who's found it so far?
Josh,
Uh-huh.
not one of the cameras.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't do that. That's creepy. Is it is okay to say natural smoked when adding liquid smoke? I think that has to do with that, if it's an atomizer or not. Am I correct on that?
Wait, say that again?
Someone says it is okay to say natural smoke when adding liquid smoke. And I think that has to do with whether or not it's atomized. I could be wrong there.
I don't know. It could be what it's from, really. Most liquid smoke, I think, it is actually derived from smoke.
Right.
I know ours is. Does anybody have an actually artificial, like truly artificial,
I'm
just
sure.
flavoring?
I'm sure they do.
But
Yeah, like when you see liquid smoke in the store, what we sell is very different from that. Those are not the same thing. Ours is far, far stronger. When they rebottle it, actually, they do that anymore. I never smell it.
I don't know.
I bet you we don't do it
I don't
anymore.
think
'Cause I
we
used
do
to
it
be able
anymore.
to tell on days they were doing it. But this is far more potent than that. John Belvedere says, recently got into a big argument on uncured versus cured bacon with a friend. His point is bacon has nitrates. Yeah?
Cured bacon
I don't
has
know what to...
nitrates? Not necessarily.
Oh, nitrites. Nitrites.
Yeah.
Did you mean nitrates, or were you talking... A lot of people don't make a big distinction between the two of them.
Because my and I might be wrong here. My understanding, what most people are putting into a bacon with like Sure or
Trites.
yeah, it's ites.
Yep.
But if you're putting celery juice powder, it's more nitrates.
Oh. That's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Might be wrong there.
Well, we're going to do a bunch with it when we get it in. Bob Steelick says liver sausage is fresh Braunschweiger and smoked. Cheese versus fake cheese. When I was younger back home, a pizza place sold Chicago pizza, and a national chain sued and won because it was not made in Chicago. That's how it goes. Jay Borgage, are you from Chicago? I'm always interested because I hear that people from Chicago don't even really do deep dish that much. It's more like a sheet pizza, and it's like not even a semi-deep dish. So it's almost like Chicago's famous for deep dish pizza when the real Chicagoans don't eat deep dish.
What about the Detroit style? Isn't that popular right now?
Is that what I'm thinking of?
Well, Detroit, I think they put sauce on top, or
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It maybe people in the comments can help us. The difference between Detroit and Chicago.
Nick Hall, in the only appropriate comment he's had today that I can read out loud, says there is artificial smoke flavor.
No, he commented earlier and he said, "I love you guys."
Okay. Then he said something else.
No, I didn't see the other one.
Okay. Shipping upcharge. I thought last stream you said this was removed. I'm seeing it in my total. John Kazanow. I mean, that depend. Are you talking about cheese? It should be removed for cheese. Did you say that you were removing all shipping upcharges? I highly doubt that. Yeah. Let us know if you mean specifically for cheese, because, yeah, that should be removed. As long as we're talking about a standard order. If it has to go freight, if you're buying thousands of pounds of cheese, there will be an upcharge.
So I did look up some quick info on celery juice powder, and I'm not going to say this is 100% right, but found a couple things that I think confirm what I was saying, where celery juice powder is nitrates,
Okay.
not nitrites, and I think that's at least one of the reasons why If you use that, you can't label something as a cured product then, because it's too variable knowing what
Breaking it
goes
down.
from nitrates to nitrites to nitric oxide to blah blah blah
Okay.
as it goes all the way down. So
Interesting.
that's I think that's a big part of it there. But it is nitrates. What?
Weird comment, but I just realized when I look out the side, my nose is so big I can see it in my left eyeball. Don't know. I had never realized that before. His point uncured does have any nitrate.
I like how simple Ben's definition of Detroit style. He says it's what Little Caesars was put on the map for. So if you remember back in the day, it was a nice deep dish, like rectangular pizza. It's awesome.
What, that was what Little Caesars was?
That's what they were known for,
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got into this like making circular pies. I don't know
Yeah,
what
see,
that's
I'm
about.
a fan of Little Caesars. All right, got something I want to show everybody. For those of you who are on Thursday's live stream with us, you'll have already seen this, but this is the Waltons Economy Vac Sealer. Right now, it is $89.99, unless you've upped that by already.
I don't think I did.
If you're in the
but
market for a economy vac sealer, can you beat Austin to changing the price?
I'll leave it for a couple days, but I'm pretty sure that's going up.
So it's a really nice, inexpensive vacuum sealer that seems to work really well. I mean, we put the original through its paces. We were then told that there was a pretty high minimum order on it, so we decided not to get it, and then we decided no, we needed it. So it's got a nice handle that locks down. It's a really nice, like, tactile feeling. Then we've got the auto vac seal. We've got just seals, so you can use rolled bags with it. It's got a pulse setting. And then it's got this dry and moist food section. I've done 4 experiments, maybe 5 with it. And on 3 of them, it definitely did make a difference in how much water gets pulled up into the little mini chamber in here. So what I did was I took a vacuum bag, 2 exact same. I took 1 piece of paper towel on both of them, put them in there, put the exact same amount of water in. Then I put another paper towel in here, ran it on both cycles, and weighed the one I did the moist one and I did 4 of those that way. And on 3 of those, it did make a difference. Doing the moist made less water get sucked up into the machine. But I still don't exactly understand how it's doing it. I've got more to figure out there. But kind of takes the place of the old Harvest Guard, but is a much nicer machine. I also far prefer that lockdown to the 2 little things on the side that drove me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
God, that annoyed me. Also, this is, if anyone's wondering what I'm eating, this is pepperoni we made that was good. It just tasted like summer sausage, pepperoni flavored summer sausage. I sliced it and threw it in the dehydrator for a couple hours, and it is now amazing. That's all I've been eating.
Yeah, I keep wondering where it goes. I smell it when you make it, and then I come to find some. It's just Fugazi.
And then poof, he's gone. Somebody asked earlier about I think the Weston meat mixer to ours, and talking about some sort of adapter that was being talked about at some point. No.
Whether we could do it?
It's what they were bringing up.
Oh. I had a conversation with my dad about that. I don't know where that originated from. If it was,
I must have left one of my spy cameras in your office or something. If somebody knew that was, no, somebody must have brought it up on a different.
okay.
So the only thing that would be an advantage there is if we could get it, it doesn't cross to one brand, it would cross to any 6-spline, 3/4 inch hookups. So you don't say from Waltons to X brand. You say from Waltons, a 6-spline, 3/4 inch Waltons adapter. So you then use it on ours, and it hooks up to any other.
Yeah. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know that we'd do that. If somebody really wanted to do it, you probably could go to your local home improvement store and find some parts and pieces to make something work. But
So the part that hooks up to the grinder, or to the mixer, sorry, is a 6-spline, 3/4 inch. No, that's on the. Sorry, that's the stuffer. Yeah, that's the stuffer. I know that because I was trying to find the ratcheting thing. A C5 socket does fit over the 6-spline, but you might have to adjust the size on that because that is a bigger spline. Sorry. They can be a lifesaver if, let's say, you go fishing for something that needs to be kept. Okay. Vacuum sealed like tuna. They become worth every penny. Gotcha. Yeah, just contact us on Meatgistics. Horseradish beef brisket brat. I like the BBB. That makes me. I'm a very simple creature. I like saying the first letter over and over again.
That almost seems complex.
Yeah, I bet you that would be good. And then you could put some. What's the sauce you put on a Cuban?
Mustard.
No, someone will help me out. The sauce you put on a Cuban sandwich. If you put that on that, I bet you that'd be excellent. What about a travel DC model?
that'd be difficult.
They might be talking about a freezer. They might have gone off to. Okay, so James Sarek is saying 2 5-pounds of cheese. Shipping upcharge comes to $10.
I'm fixing that right now.
Where was it?
Oh, that would have been a me problem.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, we took everything off.
Fix the shipping methods, but I've been playing with the actual upcharges.
Okay.
And I know for a fact that I re-enabled those today if they were not
Why?
disabled. Because I was doing stuff and I wasn't thinking about it. And I added some fields that you wanted added inside of the system.
Oh, see how he does this? He tries to be like, no, it's because I was doing what you wanted.
But like all these fields, and then I added a field that deals with the shipping upcharges too. And so I was just writing queries to update fields and set things back and forth. And I know specifically I entered in cheese today.
Okay.
So
sorry about that.
I'm removing it right down. It should be off in about 5 minutes.
You should be able to in 5 minutes, you should just be able to refresh your cart, and that should come off. I was getting worried there because I know we took it off. That made me real concerned.
Nope, that was me.
It's Mojo sauce, I think, is what I'm talking about. Yes, that is it. Because it's got like a greenish, sometimes like a yellowish. So I guess a mustard is kind of correct too. But yeah, I love a good Cuban. C130 says economy of Excalibur. So he was talking about a DC version of that. No, not to the best of my knowledge. We don't have anything in the works for it, at least. Trying to think of a vacuum pump working on DC. I mean, it probably would be possible, and I'm saying that because I know I used to have a tire pump that would just plug into my cigarette lighter, and that worked fine. So it must be possible. I just don't know if it's what's up.
The cheese fix is not going to happen now.
Why not?
And maybe not for a little bit, but some of the issues we're having with the website, I turned off the product sync, and I can't get in to edit the product either. So it's going to be what it is until we, get something else figured out there. So
it ain't easy crispy and cheesy.
No, it's not mole. It's not mole sauce. I do like mole. Well, it's not the mole sauce I'm familiar with. Where's that guy? Was Brent the first guy who brought it up? I didn't think he was. I thought it was Steve something. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for... I guess it was Brent. Tom Pool. Thom. I like that name. It's very close to Tim Pool, too. That's not... Oh, we're getting in spicy with what actually goes on a Cuban. How do I keep losing there?
Well, what's supposed to go on a Cuban? Isn't it
No, that was the question.
Well, I'm asking you. What do you think?
I was asking the question. I believe it's the Mojo sauces, at least what I'm thinking of. Okay, Brent Gray. Okay, let's draw a winner. Winner of... did you already do... You already did a leather apron?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the second guy?
Yes.
All right, Sharon Beauvais. Sharon, let us know you're here for some seasoning and jerky. Gray. Did she already respond? Oh. So what you're saying, yeah, that's good for?
I didn't say that.
Oh. Absolutely did.
No, I said, oh, that's what it is. Well, this guy was saying it was just made with ham, roasted pork, Swiss cheese, pickles, and mustard.
Well.
But this guy says Mojo, so.
I want to find this person's email.
Oh, the pork is marinated in the sauce, you're thinking.
But there's like a... Maybe it is like just a thinned out mustard I'm thinking of. But I always thought it was like greenish yellow. Where's Brett? Sorry, I was looking through the giveaway stuff. Brent, are you entering our giveaways using your wife's name? Is that you or your girlfriend, sister, or something like that? Let me know if that's you.
Did you guys cook any like Halloween themed stuff? You know, people try to infuse some spooky stuff. This is more of a question for the chat, but I'm always curious if you can combine, like, I don't know, everyone's always trying to make eyeballs out of stuff or
Moho.
make stuff appear slimy.
I remember the first time my wife made me General Tso's, and she was using hoisin sauce, but she said it too quickly, and I kept hearing poison sauce, and it took forever for me to get poison sauce out of my brain.
It's like, yeah, I don't want to try that at all. What are you trying here?
Okay, cheese is fixed. I found a way to hack around the system. Everything is still having the same problems, but I'll show you what I did later so we can fix other stuff if needed. But
Oh, jeez.
Oh, cool. Someone had a spooky charcuterie board.
I saw something with that. Not on this. Like,
They saw, they served it with
They
like
called it-
severed fingers or something.
charspookery board or something.
Nice. Nice. Any questions you guys have regarding meat processing?
Jamie is just so way off base. You'll probably be on his side, but
What do they say?
it's sick. Speaking of cheese, anyone else find Swiss to be the best all around for cheesiness in a sausage?
Let's take it out of sausages. This is the best overall cheese.
Swiss is the worst cheese out
It works
there.
incredibly well when it's cold. It works great when it's warmed up.
Not on a pizza.
There it would be an amazing, like if you used a white pizza, which is then
So there's caveat, so it's
which
not
is then
adaptable.
no longer a pizza, but
As much as I love cheese, I don't get why I don't like Swiss, but literally the smell and taste of it makes me want to gag. It's disgusting.
I like Swiss just fine. I was doing like for every day for like a week, doing those like little frozen pot pies and just putting a piece of cheese on it right when it was done and letting it melt. But tricks of the trade.
I've been taking this pepperoni, the thinner pieces, putting it on top of a piece of Swiss, putting that in the microwave for like 6 seconds, and then rolling it up. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
How many tries until you figured out 6 seconds exactly?
So the worst was I did like 12 seconds, and it was fine until I started rolling it up, and I got to like the hottest part of it, and some like really burning hot cheese looped around my finger, and it was just like burning it, and I couldn't get it off. That wasn't fun. I was not a fan of that.
So Joe Hell says he's been adding cream cheese to brats lately. Joe, you have to let us know, does cream cheese, has that given you any issue on melting out? Because on one hand, if it's a soft cheese, I could see it having issues there. But on the other hand, anytime I heat cream cheese, it never really gets runny. Like if I like try to melt a block of it, it just sits there and stays in its shape. It gets more schmelty, but it doesn't like run. Like if I have a block of like cheddar and I melt it, it will literally melt down flat. But like the cream cheese never does to me. So I feel like it would almost hold up better in a sausage.
I've done cream cheese like in the microwave, and it will bubble like on the edges. I'm sure it must eventually smooth out.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to try that for sure. Yep, we did. Dave, we drew the winner for October. It was... I will go back and get that. Can't find it.
So if you put cream cheese in a brat, you can make like a stuffed jalapeno popper kind of brat or something? Or am I misunderstanding this?
No, yeah, you can.
If you did like a hatch green chili base or something, and then did the cream cheese, cheddar, and somehow finished with bacon, because I assume if you put bacon in it, it would get harder. Than,
Yeah, you'd have to wrap it around the outside.
I don't think I'm missing anything. Well, I mean jalapenos, of course, too. But
Or you use the jalapeno brat.
oh, okay.
The internet in general is slow today, and I'm less than pleased.
To look and see if we
Who do
have
I talk
this.
to about that?
Just put in a new MSN 6-hour disc or whatever, and you should be good to rock and roll.
AOL.
SOL.
Finally. Winner for last month's giveaway. That's not last month's giveaway.
So I just found another thing we might have to add. I've got...
He's adding more Excalibur Seasonings. What is it?
So I've got Braunschweiger on the list, but I've seen this before, and I swear that I've had it, but we do not have it stocked in our system. But Excalibur has a jalapeno popper sausage.
Yeah, what happened with that?
I don't know, because I feel like we've had it before.
Did bring it in.
Yeah, but I can't find any record of it.
No. Nope. It's not available. It was on their that list they sent us, and then we went ahead and added it to what we wanted to bring at the same time as the Oktoberfest and all those. And something happened. It's either not available yet or something, or it wasn't available then. Okay. Finally found the right giveaway. The winner for the Choose Your Own giveaway was Nick Brinkhoff. Nick Brinkhoff.
Yeah, you and I have emails. You and I back and forth.
That's
about
right,
it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Not great memory, but when it has to do with something I want, and I wanted that sausage, it's pretty decent. Cream cheese on pizza is excellent.
Oh, Wichita Brewing Company, their Itis style.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are several different levels Swiss from baby Swiss to an aged Swiss. Can be from sweet and soft to tangy and hard, and they're all amazing. Yep, smoked cream cheese works really well. We liked doing that. I need to just throw a Will Barbecue Day on the menu with you. On the schedule. Well, I mean, I guess a menu too. 20 Pro Factor say, what benefits does it have over consumer product? A food saver when processing deer, just can't keep up. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing an entire deer, the 12-inch processor, the 12-inch Pro is absolutely going to be better than food saver or something smaller like this. But you're still going to have to let it cool down in between cycles. I mean, that is a lot to ask of these types of machines. A chambered machine of some sort is going to, in general, be better. What we like about the 12-inch better than a model like this is it does have a little bit more oomph, a little bit more powerful pump. Also does have the start from the handle feature, which, you know, isn't a deal breaker. But it has the clear acrylic shield so you can see through. An advantage to that is as you're watching liquid get sucked up your bag, you have more ability to hit that seal at the last possible second. Yep. And overall, I mean, that's a significantly more expensive one. Obviously, this is more of the economy model. There are reasons that things are more expensive, less expensive. So. What?
We need to mention cream cheese more often on the live stream.
Why are we getting a bunch of
just so
cream cheese?
So many comments just talking about all the cream cheese stuff.
There are people talking about Surge. Ooh, interesting. That's a throwback.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh no, the Meatgistics guy.
Oh.
I like the drink Vault. You guys remember that one? When Vault came out? Vault.
Not really. Was it?
It's-
Yes, I
it's
do.
kind of like Surge.
Yes, I do.
It's green.
Yep, it had. Yep.
Or is it Valve? I'm
Yep.
pretty sure
Oh
it's Vault.
yeah. Uh-huh.
All right.
What happens to those things? They go, oh, they're horrible for you, and they just die.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, gosh.
There are probably like hundreds of thousands of gallons made of them somewhere in like Russia, and then once they're out of that, it's done. The company goes, so nobody can get sued. Okay,
They even had a Super Bowl commercial.
drawing another winner. And this,
They lost
let's
all their
make this winner for something more fun than just jerky or seasoning.
A night stay in John's basement.
That's, hey, anyone's in town a Meatgistics user. Do we have how? Knives are getting hard to get. But I think it's been too long since I gave away a butcher's knife. Okay. 8-inch butcher's knife. What is this knife? Is there a new Granton Edge butcher's knife that I was unaware of? Falling behind here.
Not that I know of.
Unless the name of it always has been 9.5 inch and I just thought it was 8 inch.
Hey, if you guys are still with us, why don't you hit that like
No, that isn't
button?
that.
Maybe subscribe, hit the bell if you're on YouTube. And I know you guys kind of have to be, right? So,
In some way, shape, or form, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Those are Grantons, right? Hold on. There it is. Okay. We've got not many of them. I was going to give away one of those, but
Well, click on it and see how many we sell in a month. Because if we've only sold half that many in a month, do it.
pretty much that many in a month.
I mean, in theory, that gets us through the next 2 months. So, I think it's fine if you.
All
do
right,
it.
fine, Austin. I will do it. So my favorite 8-inch Granton Edge butcher's knife, the one that doubles as a home defense weapon. Drawing a winner for that. You have to be here for this one. And
Yeah, and speaking of knives, I shouldn't comment whether we have something or don't, because Tex just commented, give away a wavy chef's knife. He was asking me the other day. He's like, hey, do you have a blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, nah, we don't have anything like that. And then, like, the next day, he's like, here it is. It's on your website. Whoops.
that's amazing. All right. Winner of the 8-inch Granton Edge butcher's knife is Thomas Kamakini Perry. But you have to be here. Ugh.
If we get a winner to respond, I'm going to take off after that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, me too. We got plans. After
Somebody
this, so-
just said that this signal is weak, and then somebody just said the stream quit.
it should be fine.
I'm just sticking around for this last. If you want to bounce, you can go.
Okay.
I will allow it.
I'm going to take off then. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. I'll leave, and I won't watch the rest just in case John does anything crazy.
I've got nothing weird planned. What happens naturally, I can't. But we are going to make Thomas be here for it, so waiting until he says that he is here. It was the second winner who won the apron, right? Yeah. That's for you? Yep. Still don't see him. Everyone's saying goodbye to you, Austin. He just called you all his love. Didn't sound like it. Sounded heartfelt. Okay, and everything else I'm pretty sure is just a seasoning and stuff. So Michael's asking for a knife set or a slicer. Now those are monthly giveaway items we're talking about there.
Oh, okay. I was like, is this not what we're... Like, this is the monthly one, right?
Ooh. Yeah, no, these are just the weekly ones. So the giveaway for this month, which we will have up later on waltonsinc.com/win, is both of those things. It is a 10-inch Walton slicer to go with the economy model vacuum sealer. So one person is going to win both of those, and we will draw that winner during our December live stream, the first one. Yeah, Patrick, we have a ridiculous amount of work to do.
Oh, you're talking about those videos coming up?
Yes. Yep. I had small moment of panic this weekend realizing what date those are.
Yeah, I just procrastinate. I've been kind of like thinking of story stuff in my head as far as like narrative stuff that's not anything to do with what we normally shoot. So it's coming together. I feel as confident about this as I would like a college final. So, and I'm usually a B+ student.
So Matt, if we try to keep the giveaways under $600, because if we don't, we have to collect this form that has a social security number on it, and we don't like doing that.
I never told you that sauce that I thought would go well with horseradish, or horseradish brat.
Okay.
It was and you say the word a lot when referencing it, but zesty sauce from Burger King. I'm sure you probably haven't tried it, but excellent. It's a little horseradish notes and everything, so it's almost like a really good what would come with like a bloomin' onion, so to speak.
Could it be similar to the Arby's sweet and tangy?
I don't know if I've had that one. Ooh, oh yeah, the bar. No, this is like a horseradishy type sauce.
Okay. All right, so I'm not seeing Thomas Nowak, but I don't see.
I see him. Oh.
No, I see Thomas Nowak.
Oh,
like he's here.
I read that name. He's congratulating Tom.
Yeah, I don't see the other one. We'll give him another minute or so. All these seasonings. No, these all need to be tried and experimented upon at my house. It's generally what happens. Yeah, everything everything has gone insane. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to get all my Christmas shopping done before all this hit too, but cost everything just keeps going up.
I haven't given you my list, so I don't know how that's possible.
You're not getting anything. All right, we are going to draw a new winner for that butcher's knife. Repick win and go. Is it going? Yeah. Internet just in general has been slow today. All right, so we will save some decent money on shipping this to Mike Smith. Mike Smith. Let us know you're here, Mike. If not, we will stay here until I either get tired and want to go home or we get a winner. They are awesome knives, though. I'm a huge, huge fan of...
Getting up and walking away.
I am walking around a bunch today. That probably wasn't an annoying noise at all. But I love this IM 200 sharpening stone. I've been trying to get... I would now say I'm more than just proficient at it, but I'm certainly not like an expert at it. I've been watching a bunch of knife sharpening videos, like the Japanese knife sharpening. I can maybe approach a true hone level sharp, probably not that level, but like really, really good. One of the things that I found that really helped out is J. Michael Kaminsky, who's not here today, sent me in some stuff, and one of the things he included was just a leather strop, and I've been using that like just to finish up the knives, and absolutely makes a world of difference when I'm cutting paper. I don't notice if it makes a difference when I'm cutting meat. It probably does. But that, with the knife flowing perfectly through that piece of paper, when things get crazy here, you'll catch me in a corner over here just like shaking, cutting that paper, trying... No, I'm just kidding. Still don't see Mike. Give him a few minutes. But yeah, leather strap makes a huge difference.
Did we ever put that knife sharpening video up? We just spoke about that last week, didn't we?
Did it not go up?
This is that moment, I think.
Okay.
I'll double check that because that's pretty good. It goes all over the like very rudimentary stuff, like I said, with the leather strap, and then really into the true hone and all that.
So you don't, Josh. You don't get a chance to win these items. These are for customers only. You're supposed to be working. No. If you're on waltonsinc.com/live or meetjustics.waltonsinc.com/live, there's a giveaway over on that side. But if I ever see your name in it, I will immediately disregard. Yep. So, I mean, one of the nice things about having so many Waltons branded things is, I mean, we've got 2 really big sales coming up. Thanks Black Monday and 13 days of Christmas. I won't say don't buy something, but there's a very, very good chance that those Waltons items are going to be discounted.
Yep.
So
Big
during those 2 sales.
Yeah, big Cyber Monday stuff.
Now, part of that is we feel we did a really good job looking out forward and like getting stock in. And some things there's absolutely no question we're going to be able to put on sale. One thing I can tell you is kind of last minute, but that chambered sealer will be on sale. So if you were holding off, this will be the time to do it. But you do somewhat run the risk, at least. Once things go out of stock, it takes a long time to get them back in now. But I think for most of the Waltons things, we're fine on. All right, Mike. Repick the win.
Do we have Black Friday in-store sales?
I don't know. I'm not.
It's a great question.
I'm not over the store. Ooh, This guy won last week, I think, or last whatever. Tim Jakubowski. I like that because it's a fun last name to say. Jakubowski.
I'll take your word for it. I was like, I don't think I would ever say that and then forget I said it the next week for sure.
Jakubowski. I like it. Well, Josh, since you're watching, are you mirroring our sales up in your showroom on Black Friday? Well, let's wait. He has to be here for this. So,
Well, what's the overall like if someone happened to be
sorry.
if someone happened to be here and they came in and said, "Hey, I saw this a particular price on the website. Would you honor it in store?" Do we know what the policy is, or that's on them?
That's on them.
Okay.
I know for a while Colton was doing it, but I don't know if they've continued that or what.
Yeah.
Chef says, do something simple like a true hone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That is him. That's who he was last week, too. So congratulations. It's an awesome butcher's knife. For everyone else, we'll get in touch with you about what seasoning you want. If you don't do a lot of processing, you can take a couple of Excalibur shakers. We'll make it work. Jimmy really got 1.5 hogs hanging in the garage and 3 out in the pen waiting to be in the garage. I could totally use some good knives. Everything else in the warehouse. Well, I mean, Black Friday, definitely going to be a good day. Cyber Monday will be the even bigger sale day for us because everything that was on sale Black Friday will still be on sale Cyber Monday. Plus, more is going to be on sale on Cyber Monday. So, that's it, guys. Thanks. We'll be back here on next Thursday for a Meatgistics one, and then on Cyber Monday, we will have our big Cyber Monday live stream. So, cool. See you guys.